This is what's fresh off the press. I start you off with a copy of the Daily Nation. The flagger Ruto's hits and misses. This is even as this Thursday he's set to mark 100 days in office, and there's a raft of issues that have been profiled here in respect to how he has fulfilled his promises and those that he hasn't yet fulfilled. Remember when he launched the plan on June 30th? This is when he was campaigning quite a number of issues that he brought forth that he sought to just see how best Kenyans can benefit from this government. I just will mention a few of them that have been his hits and a few that have been his misses. This include appointment of the 6 judges that his predecessor had refused to appoint. These were amongst the first things that he did. Also, the establishment of the 50 billion Hustlers Fund, one of the hits there, as well as establishing the Women Rights Agency in office of the president. Just some of the hits there. One of, or better still, 2 of those misses include giving women 50% of cabinet. You remember that also when he launched this plan, this is one of those things that he had largely talked about, just giving 50-50 and ensuring that women would get 50% of cabinet, but that really wasn't witnessed. You can remember also when it came to the appointment of principal secretaries, a matter that also came up with the Law Society of Kenya, accusing the executive or the regime to not really adhering to the matters of regional balance, as well as the 2/3 gender rule. Among those misses also include the operationalizing of the judiciary fund, a matter that he also spoke into. Remember when he talked about the 3 billion annually to be added to the judiciary just to expedite court processes and ensure smooth running of the judiciary. Key among those that have also, that he has missed in this 100 days. So clearly a number of issues have been outlined on this specific article. Away from that, change impeachment law. This is a matter that has also found its way on the front page of the Daily Nation. Governors now want Parliament to come up with legislation setting a timeline for when MCAs can introduce an impeachment motion. This is just coming at 112 days since when Governor Kawira Mwangaza was sworn into office. Of course, a matter that we also expect the Senate to debate and look into, deciding on whether this will, whether she will face this, the plenary or the Senate committee there, which will look into this particular matter or impeachment motion. They're set to sit this afternoon, and also what we are gathering is that if at all the senators back the ward representative of the MCAs, then she'll become the 5th governor to be impeached. Kiambu Governor Ferdinand Waititu. A raft of issues have also been put forth in respect to what the MCAs profiled there, including nepotism, gross violation of the constitution, illegal appointments, as well as other issues that are said to be looked into in the impeachment motion. You remember also the MCAs had put this matter in the first time, whereby the courts quashed it, saying that they didn't really follow the due process and procedure. This saw them putting the matter to a second test through the public participation, which again saw 67 out of 69 MCAs who impeached Governor Kawira. And of course, this 69, just 2 were absent, were not in that particular, were not in that sitting during that on that day in Meru County Assembly. So we're to see how all this matter will develop today, and whether or not the Senate will save her or they will agree with the ward representative. To some other issues now, Ruto to launch tree planting drive in a bid to rehabilitate environment, where the president is set to launch this particular drive, and this is to restore 10.6 million hectares of degraded landscape in the country as part of targeting as part of achieving the 30% tree cover by 2032. This is also a matter that the president has spoken into so many times, and this also saw him saying that the Ministry of Environment will also be added some more money just to ensure that this really comes to fruition. He's also talked about the 5 billion trees by 2027 and 10 by 2032. He also spoke into this matter again. Remember, during the Jamhuri Day celebrations in his speech, where he touched on the 11,000 youths who are in the previous program of Kazi Mtaani, who will also be deployed into such a similar program in Nairobi County, just to see how best they're going to undertake the tree planting drive. And all this just try to see how best as a country we can deal with the issues of climate change as well as matters of food security in the country. So this is a matter that is also expected to be happening, I believe this is today, where he'll be launching this particular drive. Before I toss it over to Steph, coming back to the back page of this same daily, governors now reject the CRAs. This is the county revenue allocation of 407 billion. This is what the Treasury is set to disburse in this new financial year 2023-2024. But now governors are saying this is not what was agreed and not what IEBC put forth, because they say what was preferred was 425 billion. So they do not understand how they have settled on just allocating 407, and they say that with this deficit, then it will see them not engaging the development projects of the counties as well as payment of salaries. And also they are faulting the Treasury of not releasing 77.78 billion, which was owed to county governments in the last 3 months. Also a matter we are following closely for you, because remember, oftentimes there's been that tussle and push and pull between the county governments and national governments in respect to allocation of money.